Dan, what's up, dude?
Hey man, good to see you again. What's going on?
I am good. We have a very packed menu, so I have
Yeah.
a very quick open for
Okay.
you.
Let's do it.
How do you pronounce ginger ale?
I don't think I realized that there was a debate there. Ginger ale?
Uh, okay, see, I think you actually say ale. When
Yeah.
I say ginger ale.
Oh, ginger
Like
rail.
like I full
You
say
combine it.
ginger ale. Yeah, like it's like spelled Ginger space rail. Rail. Like I'm going down a rail that has been kissed by ginger.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
Like, yeah, get down, take Pepsi Parkway and turn right on Ginger Rail, and you'll be right there. Like, I didn't realize this was a thing.
dude, neither did I until
Ginger
I
ale.
saw it. And then I was like, "Oh
Okay.
my god, I don't say ginger ale." Like I had to try really hard just to say ginger ale thinking in my head. I fully say ginger ale. Like
Wow.
ginger ale. Yeah.
You just combine. Okay. This is fascinating. I need to hear from our people. We need our
Yeah,
people commenting below.
please.
Are you with Dee Dee here? Ginger rail? Just you rail it together like that? Wow. Like, yeah, I thought you were gonna go like caramel, something like that. But no,
No.
didn't know about this one.
But yeah, ginger ale or ginger ale, which I fully say ginger ale. Like it's not ale, it's rail. And
It's
it's
rail.
really bugging me.
Wow. Wow. Have you
Yeah.
have you spoken to anybody else that says it like you?
I have not. I have not spoken to anybody. I'm sure other people do it. Like
Yeah.
I just I saw this on the internet and I was like, "Oh my god." And immediately I was like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm a part of the rail crowd. My
It's like
rails are made of ginger."
I hear that a lot with Kirk Cousins, where nobody fully pronounces Kirk Cousins. It's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins. You end his name and start his end his first name and start his last name all in the same syllable there. Kirk Cousins, but it's Kirk Cousins. So there's
That's
another
100.
example there. That one everybody does that though.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. And like no one really has respect for Kirk Cousins.
No.
So it like really just doesn't matter.
The blend everybody runs with the blend there. They don't care enough about Kirk Cousins to say, "Hey, it's actually we should put a space there. Kirk Cousins." You got to go the back to back.
Oh man. Well, let us know. Are you ginger ale or are you ginger ale? Let us know at Brunch Breakdown. It's Dee Dee out here in Los Angeles. Dan is in Pittsburgh, and Chris is blowing balloons for a birthday party. Happy birthday to Olivia.
Yeah, that's right.
On the Brunch Breakdown today, we've got a fun one. The Pac-12 is all of a sudden dead like overnight, so we're gonna talk a little college football. Um, a man in San Francisco messed up with the Taylor Swift tickets, and we're going to talk all about that as well. We've got a crazy meat sandwich from our friends at Burger King Thailand. Chris stops by for a little chat on the Brunch Breakdown, and
Hey.
we've got Brunch Court. We've got more. It's This is going to be a fun one. Dan, let everybody know where they can find us.
Yeah, certainly. Anywhere you can find podcasts, people, we're there. I promise you, we're there. Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon, anything in between. Okay. Every Wednesday, new episodes come your way. Just make sure you're hitting follow or subscribe to the Brunch Breakdown wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay. The episodes come straight to you. Download on the go, listen to them whenever you need. Okay. And then the full video episodes, you're going to want to tune into the video at some point today. Okay. Full video episodes available on our YouTube page and our Facebook page, also on Wednesdays, but those are at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific when they premiere, but are available on demand anytime you want to watch after that. Okay. We're everywhere on social media, naturally, at Brunch Breakdown, Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, Triller, TikTok. Find the Brunch Bites there. That's right. Find the Brunch Bites there, our video clips of the show throughout the week. And then we give you our Sounds of Brunch our exclusive playlist of what we're listening to each and every week. We give you last week's songs, this week's songs, and you can find that exclusively on Spotify every Friday. Just search Sounds of Brunch.
Beautiful, Dan. Well, it's time to get random topics off our chests. And you know what, Dan? You sound peppy. You're hyped.
Do I?
Let's just get it off your chest, man. What's going on? What's on the mind of Dan Knop today? What's up?
Oh, I feel like the sound like the opposite of that, but I appreciate that. I'm glad you're hearing it that way. So vintage clothing in particular, but like even decorations or knickknacks or whatever you want to call them have become, all the rage, right? People love this stuff. Vintage shops popping up everywhere online. Etsy, I feel like, is half of this. And even in store, vintage shops, like physical stores popping up. And it's been going on for a couple of years now, right? Mm-hmm. And I've even been to a couple like vintage markets, artist markets, this past year. It's cool stuff, right? Very popular right now. I like it. I like this stuff, but damn, people, we are getting so ripped off, like so ripped off. It's not even funny. Like, we are paying so much money for used old clothing and decor, because it's become so trendy, that the markup on these items has to be absolutely insane. And we're just all dumb enough to pay money for it because we have to pay a lot of money for anything or any type of clothing or something that we want. I look around and I think, like, how I was in a neighborhood this weekend and I'm like, how are there so many vintage stores and shops selling the same thing? Everybody's selling the same thing, just old stuff. How are there so many of them? Well, like when you charge $35 for a t-shirt that cost $18 in 1997 and somebody has worn it and you're reselling it, that's how they're all managing to stay in business and continue to pop up. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. So, I'm again, I like the vintage stuff, the idea of it. But the fact that we pay more than double of what something is worth that has been used it's just frankly, it's mind blowing.
I'm with you. I hear you. But I am embarrassed, and I will not ever tell anybody how much I spent on a Michael Jackson Bad Tour t-shirt from 1987, because that
was going to come with your Barbie, right? That was going to come with your Barbie.
Yes.
Right?
There's a reason I mentioned that shirt, because that is the first concert that I ever went to. I obviously don't remember it, but I was there with my parents, and my dad has a whole story about waiting in line for tickets at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena, and I needed to find that shirt with Pittsburgh on the back because he played like 8 million shows, like all over the world. So there's a million different versions of this t-shirt with like Thailand on it and other countries, and then like a bunch of other cities in the United States. And then, but I had to find the one with Pittsburgh, Columbus, all the ones that are basically around us. And they got me. Somebody who wore that shirt, I paid a lot of money for it.
I mean, that I'll give you that. That's a pretty exclusive vintage item. So I could sort of get, and there's a connection with you there. You didn't just pick it up to pick it up. So I get that, but it's crazy, dude. Like, I want to, like, it's crazy what we pay for used old stuff just because of the way that it looks. Like, you could have something reprinted or remade to look vintage that actually isn't, for fractions of the price that we pay some of these places. But I get, good on them for all being on the same team and making it work.
It's just funny that it's happening everywhere, because like I thought that was such a unique thing when I moved here, and then now any place I go, every place has a vintage shop of some sort. And it really worries me about like what in 20 years is going to be being sold in vintage shops.
I know. Like no one's gonna throw their clothes away anymore. They're just gonna hold on to them
Yeah.
because of that potential. And it's
Yeah.
kind of nuts. It's like, well, this could be
Yeah.
worth something. People are
Oh,
selling, it's gonna be bad.
that's that thing that like all of our parents say, like, oh, it's gonna be worth something someday. And you're like, no, it's not. But now this is our excuse for our generation to be
Yeah,
hoarders too.
it literally can be because of what vintage shops have turned into. Yeah.
Oh God, man. Well, Dan, I need to get this off my chest right now. So having kids is like a very funny thing. You're like you're hyped to have them. Especially you get married, you have kids, all of that, and then you have a certain number of kids. My number is 3, and you're like, okay, how do I make sure this never happens again? So I can tell you guys right now, guys, there's nothing down there.
You're doing it.
Congratulations to me. Got the old snip snip, got the results from the doctor. I am done. Holy shit, man. Does it feel free? Feels amazing. Because, not gonna lie, this might be a little TMI for some people, but me and my wife had a little getaway, went to Scottsdale, me and her together. And then while we were in Scottsdale, gotta say, terrified. Literally just like, oh my God, we can't, I don't want another one of these. As soon as I got home, like made the appointment, which took a very long time because let me tell you,
There's a line.
vasectomies not exactly the most like because they're not like an emergency thing. So like the doctors have other things to do. I'm sure they have like other forms of cancer they have to go do and surgeries they have to do for people who are like whatever. And so you just keep getting pushed down the line. So
Oh,
like a month later, I finally got it. And oh man, telling you, feels freeing, feels amazing. Shouts to yeah, the process. It hurts. It's not great, but guess what? I'm done. I'm free, and I'm just feeling good. I haven't felt this free in my life. I feel amazing. No more kids for
wow.
your boy.
Well,
And I just had to get that off my
congratulations.
chest.
Yeah.
And listen, anybody out there in the same situation, Chris may or may not be. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna have 10 kids. Maybe he's done at 3. Just letting you know. And if anybody's out there needs some advice on, oh man, I'm afraid it's gonna hurt, I got your back. I'll let you know. You're fine. Just get it
Yeah.
done.
Can you give us a scale on a 1 to 10 level of pain, knowing, I mean, you've been through back surgery. So like what is
Yeah.
what level would you put that at?
Oh, dude, this was worse than back surgery. Because here's the thing
Oh
about back
god.
surgery. No. Here's the thing about back surgery. Back surgery hurt in recovery. Getting the
Okay.
actual surgery, you're passed out. Like I remember they were like, all right, count from 99, and then I was in the hospital room. Like I don't even remember anything.
Right.
Recovery hurt for back surgery. This you're awake for. So like you're super numbed down there, but like you feel pressure because they're like cutting things and doing whatever they're doing down there. So you just feel a ton of pressure, a lot of pressure. And you're like, you're like, whatever. And then, it's done. You can't lift stuff for like a week or 2. And then, it's done. It's like, it's kind of fine. It's just the actual getting it done is the part that it's like, it's very uncomfortable. Makes you think, why did I do this?
Yeah.
But
Recovery not so bad.
no, recovery's fine. It's just like you literally just feel weird lifting things for like a week, and that's about it. Other than that, you're good to go. But here's another funny thing.
Okay.
When you have been with your wife who's had the kids, you can only feel but so sorry for yourself when you're hurting, because like you didn't go through that. Like,
Right.
I didn't go through that. So yeah, and they have no sympathy, and she has no sympathy. She had no sympathy for me at all. Like she's like, don't care. Like you didn't go through what I went through. I'm like, actually, you're right. So I get it. But anyways, yeah, I'm free. Vasectomies are great. And yeah, shouts to all the doctors out there making it happen. And also, one thing I want to give a little note for: vasectomies are reversible, but the doctor will tell you that like they're really not reversible.
Oh.
So for anybody out there who's like gonna do it and then like thinking about, because people say it's reversible, because it is, they're like, it may not work out for you the way you think. So they like tell you like, so if you're done, you're done. Like don't think
Interesting.
it's reversible.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations to you. The
Thank you,
Dudley
sir.
household will remain a party of five.
You're damn
Um,
right. You're damn right.
and
That's
sticking
right.
to it.
And there will be no dogs or cats. None of that either.
You've
So
done. You are
this
not
is my
looking to
fam.
expand. You are not looking to expand like the unlike the Pac-12. You are not looking to expand right now. You're done.
No, absolutely not. We are not the Big Ten
You're
conference.
the
We are,
SEC.
we are
You're like, we're good. Stop knocking on the door. Like, we're fine.
exactly. Yeah. We are not the Big 12. We're not just taking people. We're not like Hawaii. Why don't you guys come over? No, we're not
Yeah.
doing it.
Right.
No, no, we're good.
I love it.
Oh man, I had to get that off my chest. And now let's talk some brews. Dan,
Yeah.
what are you sipping on, man? What's going on?
So we're doing this pretty early here this
Yes.
morning. I'm speaking for both of us because you're 3 hours behind a time zone here. So beer, not top of the morning to you. It's coffee right now, but I'll tell you about a beer I had yesterday. Nice little beer. From Two Phrase Brewing, who is new to Brews Day. They are a Pittsburgh area based brewery.
Nice.
And yeah, they was at a little kind of pop up yesterday, and they had a new sour called Staycation, which I
Okay.
love the name. It already had me drawn in. But it was brewed with passion fruit and mango, and that just calls my name. I didn't need to see anything else more than that. I mean, it was really nice. It was really nicely balanced. Passion fruit can be it seemingly is difficult to brew beer with because you either go like too much passion fruit and you lose everything else, or it just gets hidden and you can like barely find it. But this one was like perfectly balanced, even mango, passion fruit. I got both of them. It was tart. It was mildly sour. It was really good. I was really kind of pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed it. But with a name like Staycation, how could you not? And as we kind of wind down the scorching hot days of summer around the globe, trying to embrace, sours, because before we know it, fall beers are going to be here. Pumpkin has already returned to Southern Tier. It's already back, which I am the I may not be Pumpkin, but I am the Pumpkin King, as everybody knows, like Kirk Cousins, Pumpkin King. And yeah, that was a little early. First week of August, Pumpkin. I'm like, folks, I love you, but we're not there yet. So yeah, with that being said, since those will be right around the corner, and then we'll be in stout season before we know it. So embrace those sours while you can. Staycation was a delicious beer.
Dude, I used to think that like every beer with passion fruit was good. And then I realized that it's not. I hear what you're saying because it's the truth. It's like, yeah, that some people go too far
Yeah.
with it. And it's
Yeah.
like, it kind of tastes like because if they go too far with it, to me, it tastes like bad juice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah. So I feel like more, because of course there's more people making beer than ever before.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more things. And so I feel like before it was like, oh yeah, anything with passion fruit in. But now I'm a little leery
Yeah.
when I taste people's
It's
passion
almost
fruit.
overused, and they either overdo it or underdo it. And yeah, you got to be delicate with passion fruit. It's not like pineapple where it just
Yeah.
works with any level anywhere. So yeah, you got to be a little leery there. But this was a tip of the hat. Good beer, really good beer.
Nice. All right. I got one that shocked me by its heaviness recently. It's the I think it's called Double Dobus, but anyways, it's a double IPA and it is pineapple. And I guess I should have known from the name that it was a double IPA, but I didn't pay attention to this. I was just like, whatever, it's got pineapple in it. I'm in. I love pineapple IPAs. I'm a big fan. And it's super good, but it definitely got me after one.
Ooh.
8.5 ABV, which is just something that I drank it like kind of fast too, because it was really good. I didn't know it was 8.5. and kind of hit me really quick. But this one, it's Cellar Making Brewing, and it's where is it in California? I'll look that up in a second. But anyways, Cellar Making Brewing, it's out here, and it's just super good IPA. And because I've been looking for a pineapple IPA because Ballast Point made my favorite one, and they just stopped making it. So like you can only they stop mass producing it, so you can only get it when you're at the like one of like the tap houses or at the brewery. You can only get it there. So it kind of sucks that you can't, that I can't just bring it to my house like I used to. Still has a grapefruit, Ballast Point, still great, but pineapple, I guess they do not make the en masse anymore. But this one, very, very good. So Cellar Making Brewing, double Dovas, double IPA, big fan.
Out of San Francisco.
Okay.
And let me ask you this. This says this beer was also brewed with lychee, orange, and pine sap. Pine sap wasn't brewed. Okay, let me read this again. Not brewed with pine sap. Notes and aromas of pine. I should probably just use the word pine because that's very common in beers. But throwing sap in there really threw me off. But yeah, it seems to be mostly juicy is what most people are reporting, which is basically what you've said. You're mostly getting pineapple there.
Oh, yeah, you're getting mostly pineapple. But yeah, you do get the orange in there. But I feel like that comes with a lot. And I don't know if that has something to do with the way that they brew different like pineapple IPAs and stuff like that. I feel like you do get orange in there too. But yeah, the pine, maybe. But I feel like it's just very good with the pineapple. It's very, very, very good with the pineapple. So if you're somewhere with this, go grab it up.
I like it. Yeah. Sounds good.
Well, Dan, cheers
to our former beers.
Cheers. There you go.
As we drink coffee here this morning. This is the brunch breakdown after all.
I know. This is the brunch breakdown. Gotta have coffee. Let's get it. All right. Well, Dan, Chris isn't here, but he's here with us in spirit. So and he has a question. He has a question and more for all of us here at the brunch breakdown. So let's get into the main menu.
Let's do it. Chris was kind enough to share video with us. You'll be able to hear the audio here. So yeah, let's check in with our boy. It's been a couple of weeks, so let's check in and see what he has for us.
Boys, what's going on? Chris here. Sorry that I cannot be there to join you on what I am sure will be a phenomenal episode, probably because I'm not there. Got a lot of stuff going on over here, getting ready for a launch for my business that's happening this week. When you're listening to this episode, it has already started. And so I would never take this time to like plug my own stuff and say, hey, if you're listening, and you want to join the most personalized fitness challenge in the history of the internet, well, this is your opportunity, and you should go to chrisgatesfitness.com and submit an application so that you can sign up to be part of my training camp program, which is a 90-day challenge designed to help you not only make progress now, but build habits to be able to maintain that progress long term. And there's going to be challenges and prizes awarded to people like free home gym equipment and supplements and like all kinds of good stuff, weekly check-ins, private Q&As. I would never take this time to do something like that because our time is precious here on the Brunch Breakdown. So instead, I wanted to ask you guys a question, okay? Because something I have noticed here as I'm getting older and being a dad is that there's something that I think I promised myself, my younger self, in my younger years. I promised myself I would never do this or entertain the thought of this. But now I'm like, yeah, no, this is something that needs to happen. And so I'll tell you what this is for me. And then I want to hear from you guys, like, what are you noticing in your older age now that like you had a thought or an opinion on something back in the day, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 25-year-old you was like, I'll never do that. And now you're like, oh shit, I'm doing it. So what I'm thinking of is, you know how like you'll go into a neighborhood and see a house that has like the slow down signs in the yard, or like the sign that says, drive like your children live here. To be clear, haven't done it. but I'm getting to that point where I'm like, people need to slow down. Like this is getting reckless. It's getting dangerous. Because like people just don't stop at stop signs in my neighborhood, and we live on the main street. Like as you enter the neighborhood, we live right there at the beginning, and it's a hill going down. So people are just like blowing by the house, and I'm afraid to have my kids play in the front yard. So now I like totally understand why adults have done that. Okay, that's where I am. I understand why adults have done that, and now I don't look at those signs anymore and say like, that's lame. Now I'm like, no, I get it. I get it. And if I see a few more people run a stop sign, I might just end up being there. So has that happened to you guys? What things from your mid-20s did you say, yeah, I'll never do that. I'll never think that. I'll never feel that way. But now you do. That's what I want to tune in and hear about on this week's Brunch Breakdown. Love you, boys. Talk to you soon.
Before we begin, please notice Chris is wearing a vintage tie-dye MTV t-shirt that he probably paid $40 for and was worth like 12. I just want to tie that in.
Chris on brand with the Brunch Breakdown. Not even here.
I love it. He had no idea. And there he is. That's absolutely what he's wearing. But
incredible. So what is something from oh man, I have one and it hit me this week.
Okay.
When I drop the kids off at preschool, I fully do it with socks and sandals on. And I always thought I would never have socks and slides on, and it hit me that I do this very often. It's not like it happened for the first time on Thursday is when I noticed it. It happens a lot. It just was like, whoa, I do that. Like I'm the person with socks and slides on dropping their kids off at school.
Yeah.
That's me. I am now that person who hasn't, I would have made some fun of somebody on Wednesday if I saw them dropping their kid off with socks and slides on. Probably called Siobhan, made a joke. Yeah. But no, I'm me. I'm that person. So someone's calling their wife or their husband and making fun of me because I dropped my kids off with slides and socks on. So yeah. Do
you generally care a lot less about what you look like when you go out anywhere, or you think this is more of you think specific to the daycare run where you it's in and out, you got something to take care of, you just got to take care of business there?
It's just the daycare run because usually I am going somewhere after that. So usually I get ready for wherever I'm doing after I drop them off most of the time. So like I go home, then get ready for whatever I have to do. So like usually it's just like mad dash out the door. I throw the slides on, but it just hit me with the socks, and I just had on like socks, sandals, and it's just
25-year-old you is slapping yourself.
Oh,
no doubt.
Yeah, it hurt. Dude, 37-year-old me is slapping me across the face. But definitely 25-year-old me is embarrassed, and he's like walking like, oh my God, I don't know that guy. Yeah. So that is
great. Yeah. I love this question.
Same.
It's a bit sad to hear that Chris has come to that point because those signs, those little plastic signs.
Oh yeah.
The side of the road. I'm like, ooh, no, come on. For me, I think it's like the idea of doing some sort of like exercise or workout on the weekends. Like in my 20s, that was absolutely the dumbest thing you could do. Is such a waste of time of your free weekend. Like workout Monday through Thursday, Friday morning if you have to. That's when you do that. You don't do that on the weekends, right? Work hard, play hard, people. And now I'm like, oh, I missed a workout on Wednesday, so maybe we can like go for like a 3-mile hike on Saturday or Sunday or something like that. Like, oh man, has it really come to this? That like that idea of doing something like that on the weekends is acceptable and almost sought out in those instances where I'm like, well, yeah, I missed a couple recently. Maybe we need to do something, a physical activity the weekend. Maybe it's not necessarily like doing a traditional workout as I would through the week, but like, yeah, is it a hike? Maybe we go for a walk for a little bit, do something to play a little catch up. Like to me, as like 20-year-old me is like, you're out of your mind, dude. Like get out to a bar right now. Don't waste your time doing that. That's weekday shit. That's weekday shit. You don't do that now.
That's a good one. Because like honestly, because stretching is such an important part of my life now.
Yeah.
And like I know a lot of the times when it's like, oh, when's the last time I stretched? Dang it. I feel it. But so I feel that. This goes with Chris's really close. loud music in the neighborhood.
Oh boy.
So there was one night I was putting the garbage cans out on the corner, and there's just this car just blasting music, like obviously waiting for somebody in the house like next door, and just blasting it. Like, I mean, trunks rattling, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like right outside the kid's bedroom. I go up to the car and I was like, listen, I get it. I was there, but I need you to turn this down. I need you to turn this down. It's 10 o'clock. I need you to turn it down.
Yeah.
And a little piece of me died. I'm not gonna lie, a little piece of me died. Because I used to be that person annoying everybody, even including my own family, as I'm driving into my neighborhood at like whatever time of night. And now I'm the person saying, hey, I've been there. I was you once. Just turn it down.
Those are sad moments in life right there. They really are.
Dude, it hurts. It hurts a lot. God.
Well, good to hear from our buddy Chris. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, and be safe out there in the front yard. Those kids in the backyard. So yeah, do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what's funny? And this is a topic for another time. I don't know what security device you have at your house. I've got like Ring cameras in the back and the front, whatever. We were gone for like basically a month, and the only thing that came up on my Ring were the mailman and cars that were going too fast down my street. It's the only thing. It's the only Ring alerts that I got. It was literally the mailman and the mailman, landscapers, and then when a car would be going too fast down the street, that's when the Ring alert would go off. And I'm like, why do I have this? What are we doing here?
Yeah,
so
you're going all that time. Nobody, yeah, nothing.
Just the thought, like not even right. A random neighbor coming to the door to ask for anything. Like just literally this. Yeah, I'm wondering about security and if we all are like going a little too crazy with the security cameras everywhere. So I don't know. That's a topic for another day. All right. Well, shouts to Chris. Love Chris. Hope he gets back here next week. And yeah, go to chrisgatesfitness.com. Training camp. Get excited. Training camp. Training camp's another word like back to school for me though. So every time he says it, I get nervous.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, no, not ready. Not ready.
But chrisgatesfitness.com. Get yourself in shape this fall with Chris. All right. Well, let's get into the main menu. Dan, let's talk a little college football.
Yeah.
The Pac-12 seemingly dead overnight. It started with USC and UCLA, which I had honestly forgotten about until this week. I forgot that was happening. That they were moved to the Big Ten. That happened a while ago. And then all of a sudden, Oregon and Washington are gone. And then all of a sudden, other schools are going to the Big 12. Colorado's gone. Now they have 4 schools. And nobody wants Stanford for some reason, which lets you know that this is not about academics.
Right.
So, yeah, college football as we know it is like kind of, like, well, I don't even understand. It's like, I don't even get it. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really strange. Like, obviously, there's been a significant shakeups in the college football landscape over the past couple of years, and some stuff coming up down the pike, like you said, with moves in 2024, moving to the Big Ten, UCLA and USC. But like, literally overnight, this conference is completely imploded. I've never seen anything like this happen so quickly. This mass exodus that there are, like you said, Stanford, Cal, Washington State, and Oregon State left on an island right now as early as next season. That's it. And they're all scrambling right now, trying to figure out what the heck to do. The Pac-12 with this weird delayed announcement of their media deal, and it's through Apple TV. And then it was just like, everybody was like, we're out. We don't want to be a part of this. And it gets really complicated because you have these deep rivalries within that conference, and even schools that share the same state not aligning with each other. Oregon and Oregon State, Washington and Washington State. Now, Arizona and Arizona State, I think, are on the same page. I think I can't even keep track of everybody. I think they're both going to the Big 12.
Yes, they're going to the Big 12.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're at least going together, but you lose these rivalries and you can't figure out what the heck is going on here. The Pac-12 has gone from the Pac-10 to the Pac-12 to nothing. Pac-4 in a matter of 15 years. And it's crazy, man. What's happening here? We all thought this was coming. At some point, there's going to be 4 maybe major conferences, but for a conference to almost dissolve overnight, and for it to be the Pac-12, who, I mean, it wasn't that many years ago where we were talking about this was the Big 12, right? The Big 12 was imploding. Everybody was leaving the Big 12 for the Big 10 for the SEC. And now they're like, this sucks to be you guys. And the Pac-12 is almost gone as we know it.
Dude, I don't. It's weird that West Coast football is just dead now.
Yeah,
that's such a weird thing. It's I know you have your, because now Oregon and Oregon State aren't gonna play each other anymore. You know what I mean? You got Arizona and Arizona State both going to the Big 12, so you think they'll do the same,
right?
But what's weird is the Big 12. I guess all these conferences used to be this way, and I think the thing with the Big 10, it's gonna be weird when you have all these teams Michigan and Michigan State. Are they gonna play each other every year?
Right.
You have these, I don't know. It's already weird with the Big 10 too, where you can go through our house, they can go through the whole year, or any school can go through the whole year and not play the good teams.
Yeah.
So what do you do now?
Right.
It's gonna be. I don't know. There's way too many teams in that conference. I don't know.
You're right, because it's going to be too easy not to play difficult teams in your schedule. If a conference is 18 teams, which the Big Ten is going to have.
Yeah.
You're right. How can you be Michigan and Michigan State are playing every year? How can you say that when you have 18 teams? It just doesn't make sense.
Can't.
And so you lose that. And trust me, speaking from experience, it doesn't gain anything when you play less often. It doesn't. It makes it go away. It loses luster when you play less often, people. So it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And then you have a team like Florida State being we're at it, or we don't want to be in the ACC anymore. We're out of here. We're done. And they expect the SEC to welcome them. And the SEC's dude, we're good. No. And Florida's over our dead body. No, you're not coming in here. So it's literally imploding before our very eyes. And we thought this was going to be years down the road, but what does the Pac-12 do? What do those schools do? Are they going to play each other twice next year? Everybody gets a home and away, a little home and home series with everybody.
Dude,
crazy.
It is weird. It's done. It's just done. You can't come back from that.
No.
You're just because unless you're just gonna do the But you don't even have the basketball schools. Like the Big East was able to stay because like they just kept all the schools that don't have that don't really have football, right?
Right.
So like it's like Villanova, Connecticut, whatever. So they just kept those schools around. But like, man, dude, I don't know what the Pac-12 does. I don't
Because
know.
naturally, all the four schools that are left are exploring their options right now of where they can go. But again, like,
but where the hell can you go?
Where can you go? Exactly. Where can you go? Everywhere. Everybody's like, we're good. We're full. We can't handle anymore. We don't need anymore.
It's like Stanford gonna go to the ACC.
Yeah,
you're gonna have that great rivalry between Pitt and Stanford.
Oh, classic. The classic matchup.
It's like, oh
yeah,
man.
I know you kind of feel bad for those schools, and we're talking, Pac-12 when Mr. Oregon State Chris Gates is not able to join us. I'm sure he has a take on it all, where his Beavers are going to end up. But right now they're lonely on an island and looking for a new home. And this is not good. This is not good for anybody. I can tell you that right now. This is not where college football is going to be. Nothing like we once knew it. Not to be like old man, get off my lawn here, but like this is really aggressive, really quickly, and we're losing over 100 years, literally 100 years of history with some of these institutions is just being thrown out the window. All centered around money. Of course, everything always comes back to money, but you hate to see it all just like completely go away. With it, it's gone. That history is gone.
Yeah, it's weird because college football is like very regional.
Yeah.
And it's become this thing about championships and money. And it's like, it's never been about like we are Pitt and West Virginia fans. It has never been about championships.
No.
Like maybe before we were born, but like not now.
Right.
It's never been about championships. It's been about hoping your team has a good chance to do something every 4 years. Like that's what it's about for us, right? And that's what it's about for most college football teams, for most college football fans. Now, it's not even that. It's like your away games aren't going to be close. Because that's West Virginia's problem, and you're going to have that same thing with a lot of people growing up as Oregon fans now or Washington fans now or whatever. Like all your games are going to be on the other side of the country. So you can't do the weekend road trip. You can't do any of that stuff. It's going to be, God. God.
Yeah.
This is all bad. But I hate, it's like, like I don't want to be old man and be like, oh yeah, like I'm going to stop watching college football. I'm not. It's just, you've already seen the kind of like, it just, the fun of it kind of goes away when you get rid of some of these rivalries we've been watching forever, because they don't just get, they don't just show up again. And I'm using West Virginia as an example because I am a West Virginia fan, and they're in the Big 12 playing across, and people are like, oh no, new rivalries will come up. New rivalries will happen. It's been like 11 years. It ain't happened. Like it's not. They have no rivals. Like they're just playing in a conference with a bunch of teams.
Right. And as these conferences grow, again, you're not going to need to play a team every year. So how can you have rivalries when you play every team in a conference and you don't play one of them year after year after year? You can't develop a rivalry that way. It doesn't. And it takes a long time. But in that circumstance, how can you do that? How does that happen? It can't. It simply can't.
Yeah. It's gonna be weird to see how this all falls out. And it's funny, Deion Sanders, every 4 quotes by Deion Sanders are good ones. And this week when they asked him about it, he was like, oh, it's all about the bag. Everybody's just trying to chase the bag. He's like, everyone gets mad at the kids for trying to chase the bag, but this is all about adults chasing the bag. And I'm like, Deion, spot on.
Yeah.
Because that's all this is about. This has nothing to do with academics or anything that has to do with everyone's like college athletes and whatever. NIL's so terrible. Like this is it. Like you're making kids travel 3,000 miles to play games, and this is all for money from TV contracts. Because whatever contract the Big Ten is going to sign is going to be like $1 billion. It's going to be insane.
It's going to be absolutely nuts. Yeah.
It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So it's going to be like with like YouTube TV or some shit, and it's just going to be wild. So yeah, who knows? But this will be ongoing. And I'm sure we'll be talking more about this as the season approaches and sees where the hell Stanford ends up.
No doubt.
So
No doubt.
all right. Well, let's get into this fun story about Taylor Swift tickets. So a man in San Francisco, he's probably a Stanford fan. He bought tickets to go see Taylor Swift and get to the venue. Him and his wife, they're so excited. They go. I think he spent $500 and something dollars on tickets, which not too bad for this Taylor Swift tour. And he's very excited. They get through security. They get up to scan their ticket. Boop, boop. Doesn't work because they went on the wrong night.
Oh,
Dan.
brutal.
Like, I don't know. What do you think of this story? As we're both huge concert goers, we both have gone to big concerts, small concerts, all of that. Yeah. What do you think about this big concert flub? He was supposed to go on Friday night. They showed up with Friday night tickets on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what makes it. That's the nail in the coffin, right? It's too late. You've missed it. You've missed your show. How this guy survived this story, I don't even know. I mean, dude, this is a huge blunder that, you essentially could never live down. I don't know how you make that mistake because they're also from Oakland, right? So they flew in. So you had to book flights, book hotels, and not once did you think to double check the show date. Not once. Like that's all it would have taken is checking it once. Dude, like so in the story reports that he, like, this is no joke, had to sleep on the couch that night. His girlfriend was so mad that he had to sleep on the couch that night. Deservedly so, frankly. I don't know. And like, there's no way you're getting in. There's no way they're letting you in.
No.
Besides from buying another ticket, which he had to. So it, dude, like that is a huge, huge error. And I don't know how you live that down.
Expensive mistake. And then he had to spend $2,600 on tickets to see it at SoFi Stadium. And he's not even able to go because he has to work. So his wife and his friend are going, and her friend are going. So not only did you make a huge mistake, but like you had to spend all this money for your wife to go have a great time.
Yes. So she had to then fly from Oakland to LA so she could go. Yeah. You said the original tickets were $500. These were $2,600 to get in the door. And yeah, he probably was like, I don't deserve to go, but this also really sucks. I mean, what would you do in that moment when you get up there and that scanner beeps? Like what goes through your mind? What's your first thought? What's your first plan of attack at that point?
I mean, I guess I would be on StubHub hoping that there would be tickets I'd have to find right now. Like I would be scrambling. My heart would have sank. I would have tried to be like mad, but then like realized that I had nothing to be mad about. Like, I don't know. Maybe I shed a tear. I'm not sure. That is such a weird situation to be in. You're like, I truly don't know like how you would feel in that moment where you're just like, oh.
That's when you need the old school scalper. That's when you need that guy. Although you can't trust those people anymore either with fake tickets. And that guy would have been murdered if he bought fake tickets just to get in and they didn't work either. Walk up to the gate again. Boop, boop. No, sorry. These are not real. That guy wouldn't have walked out of there alive. Can you imagine that? That probably ran through his head, which was probably why he didn't even attempt to do that. He's like, he'll find another way to get to another show.
Oh man. Could you imagine? Dude, I don't even want to imagine that. I don't even wish that. I love concerts so much. I don't even wish that on someone. Yeah, like, that's terrible.
Right.
That's wow.
Do you join the thousands of people that line up outside these massive venues to sit there and listen and enjoy the music
Absolutely
from
not.
the outside? No, you just go.
Absolutely not. Because I was supposed to be on the inside, not outside with you dorks that just came to dance outside the stadium with no tickets and no hopes of getting in. I'm not one of you. I'm like, no. And that's the reason why he probably had to spend that much money, because his wife was like, I'm not one of them. I made sure I wasn't one of them. I had all 8 laptops open at work to make sure I got tickets. No. Like, I'm not one of you. I'm not. She probably left the parking lot screaming at all of them saying, I'm not one of you. Like, I'm not. We
I
are
deserve
not
to
the
be
same.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to be inside.
Man, yeah, you're so mad at that point. Well,
Yeah.
how could you? How could you stand there and
No.
be outside? That's
No,
a major.
she probably hasn't been on TikTok in months. Like, she's like, I can't even. She hasn't been on TikTok in weeks. She's like, I can't even look at videos from the show.
Well, good for her that she got to see T Swift in person. Good for her. There's at least that good ending to the story. But my man will never live this down. Never. Like, she'll never trust him to buy a ticket to anything ever again.
Nothing. Not even like a ticket to a dance recital. Won't trust him. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. All right. Well, Dan, let's get into Brunch Court. Let's do it. Brunch Court, what you got?
Let's see. Well, this first, we're going to start kind of tame, I guess.
Okay, I like it.
Let's start here. This is Pepsi is a mainstay on Brunch Court at this point, and Pepsi is
going on here.
Revealing Pepsi Pineapple. So it's pineapple flavored Pepsi. It's in collaboration with Little Caesars of all people, because they're promoting their pineapple pizza, which is another hot topic. But Pepsi Pineapple, Didi, you love yourself some pineapple, but does it work in Pepsi?
Okay, so the thing that worries me here the most is Little Caesars, because I don't know why. I mean, listen, I get it. Collaboration with the pizza, understand it. Still don't know if I want to have pineapple pizza from Little Caesars. But Pepsi did their mango a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I remember having that, and I liked it.
Oh, that's right.
And I liked it. I remember doing a taste test on the show.
That's right.
Pepsi mango is good. So I am actually into this because I like pineapple more than I like mango, and I thought they did mango pretty well. So I'm in for this. I'm just nervous about Little Caesars being involved, because, it's just Little Caesars is, it does the great job when you're between the ages of, like, I don't know, 21 and 26, but like, or 18 and 26. I don't know. I need Little Caesars on my Pepsi as an adult. So I think this is going to be good, though. I do.
You think it can work?
Oh, yeah, I think it's going to work. Because, dude, the mango shocked me how good it was.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think the pineapple is going to be good.
Like, I could see how it works, too. Again, it's one of those things I'd be willing to try.
Yes.
I think. But now, quickly, not to set up a five alarm fire in another debate, pineapple on pizza, yes or no for you?
I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't hate it, so I'm not like I'm indifferent about it. I don't want it. I'm not gonna order it. But if somebody had it and I'm like there, I'm gonna eat it. I'm cool with it. So I don't have a problem with it. How are you on?
Yeah, I like it. It's not necessarily my favorite. I don't prefer it, but I've had it. If it's done right, I actually, it works. It works. You gotta have, pineapple and ham. That's really how it goes hand in hand there. So I'm in favor of it. But yeah, this interesting here. So, okay. So again, starting off a little mild.
Okay.
This one, Didi, is in particular for you. This is your specialty because it's almost, it is the season is coming around the corner.
Let's get it.
Candy corn.
Okay.
Candy corn season, and you're Mr. Candy Corn. So this is fall festival candy corn. Okay. This is a variety of flavors in this candy corn, and they are kettle corn, caramel apple, cotton candy, lemonade shake up, whatever that means, strawberry funnel cake, and lemon lime snow cone. So they're really embracing the fall here and fall flavors for candy corn season. What do you think, Dee? Is this okay for you? Can you is this your type of candy corn?
So this feels like jelly beans to me.
Ooh, yeah. Good call.
But like candy corn's not jelly beans. So it's interesting. It's funny. The 3 flavors on the right side, the lemonade shake up, which festival, funnel cake, and snow cone. Those are my 3 favorite things in the world when it comes to fairs. So I love that. The other side, not so much. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with this. It's just this is just gonna be very sweet. And I don't know if I necessarily want that with my candy corn. And it'll probably be good. It's like normal flavor. I mean, strawberry, the kettle corn, I don't know about that one, but the other ones, it's fine. I don't need this though. I don't need different variations of candy corn. I just don't. I need my candy corn to be my normal candy corn and just be fire as always.
Yeah, like I don't know how you could eat a handful of these.
No,
you can't.
Too
like, and like, are you gonna like literally look at each candy corn and be like, all right, this is purple and brown, so this is the caramel apple, so I can have one of these. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, I actually think kettle corn and caramel apple I'd be for, and I think they could actually, you could eat those together. Lemonade and lemonade shake up and lemon lime snow cone, you could eat those together. Cotton candy shouldn't be in here at all. Cotton candy is not a fall treat. It just doesn't work for me. It's not a fall treat. I don't understand why it's in here. And anything artificially flavored like cotton candy tastes like shit. So it doesn't work out well anyways. That shouldn't even be in here. But they were just trying to probably balance these flavors. I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't think a handful of these are going to taste good.
No.
And I think that's the problem. Like, there's too many flavors. 6 flavors. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot of flavors, especially when you're trying to do weird things like kettle corn. You get that kettle corn and lemon lime snow cone.
Ooh.
I don't think that's gonna be a great combo.
No.
I don't think that's gonna be great. Yeah. I feel like they need to split this pack up. Maybe the kettle corn, caramel apple, cotton candy comes in one pack or something, and the other side. Yeah, I don't know. This I'm not a fan of this. As a huge candy corn, I'm the king of candy corn nation, and I am not a fan of this.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Lemonade shakeout, strawberry funnel cake, and lemon lime snow cone. That could be the summer package. That could be the summer, and then the other side can be the fall, something like that. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, I mean, we're getting to the weird time of year. It's Halloween around the corner. We're gonna start to see more and more stuff like that. Okay. Well, speaking of weird, and speaking of candy, let's get even more weird. What you're seeing here.
Oh my God.
This is French's mustard teaming up with the fine folks at Skittles. Yeah. So apparently we just passed the first Saturday in August is National Mustard Day, because of course it is. And in honor of National Mustard Day, Mars Wrigley and McCormick, who makes French's, partnered to release mustard Skittles. They're available via a giveaway on the website frenches.com. They've also been handing them out all weekend, this past weekend in major cities like Atlanta, New York City, Washington, D.C. But mustard flavored Skittles, DD.
No, Dan. This is a crime against humanity. This is wrong. This is a hate crime. This is I don't know what else kind of crime this is. This is a felony. This is bad. This is terrible. Like this is terrible. Like yeah. Like yeah. This is bad. This is wrong.
Let me ask you this. Do you like yellow mustard?
I like it on things mixed with something. I don't
Yeah.
pop yellow. I don't just take the thing and squeeze it into my mouth like it's Cheese Whiz. That's
Yeah.
what that is. What? What? I'm not popping mustard. Like, what are we doing?
Like,
No.
I can't even comprehend how this would taste. I don't like mustard at all. Any yellow, brown, anything in between. I don't like mustard. So I'll be the first to say that. So I'm not the best to give my judgment here, but I can't comprehend how something like this would taste. Like, there's sugar in Skittles, so there's got to be some sort of sweetness there, right? Because
Sugar
that's
and
like what
mustard, though, Dan.
that's like what holds it together is the sugar. So like sugar and mustard, yeah. How? That's disgusting.
No.
Also, I don't
It
know that
just
many people that like yellow mustard. Everybody likes
Just-
brown mustard, spicy mustard. Why are we still
imagine
doing this?
ripping open the cans, ripping open the thing, and just going. No.
Like, think of it as something. I'm trying to think of it as something that I enjoy, like a condiment that I would like barbecue sauce Skittles. I love barbecue sauce. I would throw up at the thought of barbecue sauce Skittles. It can't work. Even though there's like sugar and barbecue sauce where like it could kind of make sense. Still, no.
It's because you don't like eat barbecue sauce.
Right.
You eat barbecue sauce with stuff. Like, no, this is bad. Like, I don't want hot sauce Skittles. I don't want ketchup Skittles. I don't. No. This is bad, and this is just making me sick the more I look at it. Dan, no.
All right, well, we're out. Well,
no.
We touched on this one, so we're gonna finish. We're gonna try to finish with this one real quick because this is like brunch breaking news here. Speaking of things that make you disgusted when you see it, the fine folks at Burger King Thailand have done it again. Didi.
Yes.
We went over the real cheeseburger a couple weeks ago, 20 slices of American cheese. They released the real meat burger. Okay. And it's only beef patties. Only beef patties. You cannot add anything else to this. Now, they first teased this, I think, as a joke, right? The story came out that this was a joke. But then they got so many people wanting it that they actually introduced it. So it starts with 3 beef patties for what turns out to be about $9.84 in US dollars, which is kind of crazy that people want this in Thailand when this is ridiculous, the cost of it. And you can add a patty to your burger for another $2.90. And you can add as many patties as you want. But again, you cannot add onion, tomato, toppings, anything like that. It's only meat. And one food blogger actually went there and ordered 100 patties on his burger. I'll see if I can try to pull that picture up too while we're kind of dissecting this, looking at this. But Burger King Thailand, DD, they're just on another planet.
Yeah, 100%. This is unbelievably. I don't want to say it's smart. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, but this is, man, nothing. I gotta go to Burger King Thailand. They're just always doing something, doing weird things, and this just, I don't know why. Why would you want all meat? Have you ever eaten just?
Oh gosh, no.
A burger with just a bun, and especially several. Like, how do you eat this? Like, I know make it the 100 thing is that's a lot, and that's like funny to do because you can just go there and do it. But like eating 3 burgers and bread with no ketchup, no mustard, no anything, mayonnaise, nothing, no tomato.
That's gross, man. That's disgusting. There's no, and we're talking like Burger King burgers, so you're not getting extra flavorful anything in those. It's bland. Here's a picture of our boy.
This should be called the real meat sweats. Oh my God.
There's our guy. What are we doing? 100 patties. It cost him nearly $300. And he didn't
I
finish
mean,
it, as one would imagine, but apparently he ate as many as he could, and then he uh used the rest to make stir fry. True
yeah,
story.
yeah. That makes sense. This is hilarious. Like this
Yeah.
picture's hilarious. That's why you do it. You do it for the picture. I get it.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. It's just funny that you can go there and be like, I want 100
Yeah.
patties.
I mean, it's working. What they're doing is working because it's gotten us talking about it, and people over
Wow.
there are somehow ordering them and eating it up. Because then they tease the idea of like after this, it was like the real lettuce burger, and it was just lettuce, and the real tomato burger, it was all just slices of tomato. The real sauce burger was just ketchup. Those were more jokes that aren't they're actually selling, but this again started as a joke, and then enough people wanted it where they's like, okay, fine, you guys can have it.
This is a no, but also if you go to Thailand, if you go to Burger King Thailand, you have to order at least 50 of
Oh
those.
yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta order at least 50 patties just for fun.
right, right, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a no. But
Take the
I give them credit for doing some wild stuff that people are
yeah.
actually buying.
Yes. I can't wait to see what they do next. Good Lord.
And that was Brunch Court.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's end the show like we always do with some music, what we are listening to this week. And Dan, I will get us started this week. Corday put out a new okay, we'll get to the next one. Corday put out a new song, different sound for him. Sounds a lot like what's the Anderson Paak and Mac Miller song called? I can't forget what that song was called, but
Oh yeah,
uh anyways, this
yeah,
sounds a lot like that and like same vibe. And so if you really like that song, you're gonna like this one. Make up your mind, Corday. New sound for him, and I think it sounds really good. So check it out.
nice. Definitely be interested to check that out.
Yeah.
Holly Humberstone. We
Hey.
had her. I had her on not that long ago on the playlist as a feature, but this is her song, and she's got somebody featured on her own song now. An artist by the name of David, but he spells it D4VD. I think I put one of his singles on the playlist
You
a
did.
while back.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's kind of up and coming, really dig his sound. And so these two coming together was like, oh, yeah, let's go. Great singer songwriters, distinct voices coming together. So they released a song called Super Blood Moon, all one word. And now I need this to be a tour. I need Holly Humberstone and David to go on tour together, and it would be fantastic. So check that song out.
Nice. Max, my guy Max, put out a new song with Bozzy and Jake JVKE called Strings. And here's the thing, Max. I like the song a lot, but I'm gonna be very mad if I find out that this song has just been sitting around since like April or something. Because we needed this like 2 months ago. So but this song is very good. And I haven't said this for a long time. I think this is gonna end up being I think this is gonna be a pretty large hit. I think this is a really good song, and I think we're gonna be hearing this a lot in the fall. So shouts to Max. Strings is great.
Nice. I'm going to be introducing you to a new band here that I can almost assure that no one has heard of. They're called The Last Dinner Party, and they're a British indie rock band, and they've only been a band for like 2 years, and they've only released 2 songs as singles. Now, naturally, when they're playing live shows, they're playing more than 2 songs, but on Spotify, they have 2 songs. Okay. So people, you're getting in early. This is as early as it gets with a band like this called The Last Dinner Party. And I'm going to put their single Sinner on the playlist. It's a great tune, and I think they have a real great potential future. It's 5 ladies, and they're all really talented, and I dig the sound. And so stay tuned for more from The Last Dinner Party. But in the meantime, check out Sinner.
Nice. Okay. Get in early.
Get in
I
early.
like it. I like it. So get in early on this one too. Dan, I think you're gonna hate this song. It's a country pop song. It is called Buckle Bunny by this girl named Tanner Adele, and there's just a lot going on in this song. And I don't even know if I like it that much. I just know that it's something, and I want people to hear it. So Buckle Bunny, Tanner Adele. This is It's something.
Certainly sounds like something.
It's something.
Last one for me this week. I can't help myself after last week, but Post Malone surprised us with a little bonus track a week after Austin came out. And it's a great song. And I'm putting it on the playlist. And I don't care. Joy from Post Malone, because that's what the song gives me and this album gives me, is joy. I know we had a lot of his last week. You're getting more of it, people. It's a great song. Post Malone. Joy. Album of the year.
Nice. Well, is that it? Yeah, that's what we're listening to.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're listening to. It's so weird when you do this out, Chris. I'm like waiting for more songs, but then
Yeah, I
it's
know.
like, you know, yeah, but then we're just doing it. So, anyways, that's what we're listening to. Make sure you check out the Sounds of Brunch playlist on Spotify. Get 2 weeks of all the jams and get in early on some new bands and some new music too. Well, Dan, that is the brunch breakdown. We have done it.
We did.
Any final thoughts?
We're Chrisless another week here. We're hoping that he'll be able to join us next week, I should say. Hopeful for his return. But no, this has been good. Just be weary when you're buying used clothes, people. That's my thought. Maybe I don't want to say hold on to your clothes now for hope that you can sell them in the future, because I know it'll all implode on itself. Like we'll become the vintage markets will become like the Pac-12, and it'll just implode because everybody already has their own clothes and vintage clothes, and then those businesses won't be around anymore. So just think about that.
Don't become hoarders,
right?
Millennials, don't do it. Don't be hoarders like our parents,
right?
And that's the brunch breakdown. We're out.